I'm going to share with you one of the two major concepts that's a part of my thinking almost every single day and a huge value system for me. It's called Epiphenomenalism, which to me means that the mind is a byproduct of the body. It's the steam that comes out of the train that doesn't actually influence the train, but comes after the train's engine has done its thing. It's the soccer commentator that yells "goal" when watching a match, but he's not the one who scored the goal. All thought is an afterthought. In a simple formula to answer the mind-body problem, I'd pose it as mind equals body plus T, where T equals time. All of the thoughts you have are the brain's best Bayesian prediction of all the signals your body is processing at once. There is no small spirit version of you sitting behind your eyes and between your ears, steering the machine of your body around like a car. The body is just doing its thing, and consciousness emerges afterwards. So why is this important to me? Now, if I hold epiphenomenalism to be true, then that to me means that the state of my mind is a reflection of the state of my body. And when my body is well taken care of, with 8 hours of sleep and clean eating and vigorous exercise, then the state of my mind is glowing and awesome and connected. And on those days when I used to sleep under 6 hours, have a couple glasses of wine, and eat greasy pizza and then skip my workout for the day, then the state of my mind was kind of shitty. And so, treat the body well, and the mind will thank you for it. Now, there are a lot of philosophical implications to epiphenomenalism, and it has a strong position on the consciousness debate and also the spirituality. But before all of that, which is for another video, I'm just going to speak from my own personal experience and how this has really been a guiding principle in my life for the past year. I stopped drinking alcohol September 2023, and I haven't had a drop since. Honestly, there is no way that I could go back to drinking. I feel so much better, so much more energetic, so much clearer of mind. It's definitely profoundly noticeable. But when I drank, I wasn't really that good of a listener, and I was focused more on myself than on others around me. And my face would get swollen, and hangovers consistently got more brutal and painful the older that I got. From 30 onwards, it was just all downhill. The next step for me happened in October 2023, when I decided that I would try a month of running every day. And you know what? I was fucking glowing. I have not missed a day since. I'm recording this video right now on day 483 of running every single day. You could check my Strava as well. Just be warned, I didn't use it at the start of my running journey because I didn't know about Strava back then, and I'm pretty fucking gutted about it, but that's also another story. The point is, September 2023 was probably the lowest I've ever been in my life. Really low, and in a very dark place. The way that I got out of it was through taking better care of myself. The more I paid attention to taking care of my body, the less I paid attention to answering all the thoughts that were swirling around, the better my mind became. The more clear-headed and present I was, the better my relationships with my neighbors and community, the better my connection with my friends and with my partner and the people with whom I work. And from my experience, this doesn't just apply to me. Just last week, we were packing up to move back to Lisbon after my project in Spain was over, and my girlfriend was feeling very anxious, and she noticed how she was doing a lot of avoidant behavior and wanting to hide. She said that she'd already gone to the gym today, and she was also recently just 1 month sober, and she said she still felt this anxiety swirling in her. So I told her, you might be more of an athlete than you give yourself credit for. Why not try putting on your shoes and running for a bit, just a couple of kilometers as a little experiment, and see how you feel afterwards? And she gave it a shot. And you know what? Of course you know what. I wouldn't be telling the story otherwise. She was glowing afterwards and felt inspired and creative and was dancing and in a good place. She went from a place of hiding and avoiding to showing up and doing. That same week, I was about to run a half marathon. Now, every day I run 6 kilometers in the morning. The day before a half marathon, I want to keep my legs fresh for the race, and so I only run 2 kilometers. And you know what? I was definitely a bit of an asshole that day. I didn't get my energy out, and so I started being upset about how my girlfriend uses Instagram, like just tiny shit that doesn't matter. And she knew I didn't run a lot that day, and so she drew my awareness to it. And now we both know A couple of days before a period, she's going to be moody. And the day before a half marathon, so am I. In fact, I'm going to be running another half marathon in Kashkai on Sunday. And so don't talk to me. I'm just going to be pouting in my room. Thank you very much. This directly leads to my idea that when we feel negative about the world, or negative about our partners, or our work, or politics, or Elon Musk, or whatever, I think that's a clear alarm warning for me to go for a run. When I'm feeling very challenged or upset, I check in with myself and I realize that, well, yeah, I haven't actually gone for a long run in a while. If I have these thoughts now, let's see if they're still with me 2 kilometers in. And you know, I can feel at the 2 kilometer mark that these thoughts are having a lot of trouble keeping up with me. They just can't keep up the pace. They get quieter and more distant, and I feel more connected with my body, with my breathing, with my heart rate, with my feet, with my hamstrings, my butt, my posture, and I feel a lot calmer and more embodied. And I know that I just slipped into my namaste voice. I'm gonna step out of it. Sometimes the best way to solve your problems is to put on your shoes and literally run away from them. After the run, I often realize that what I was thinking about is actually not that big of a deal. Which also implies, in many ways, that people often blame others and try to control them when they've lost control themselves. We don't see the world as it is. None of us do. We only see the world as we are. And when our bodies aren't in a good spot, we're going to see the world through that lens. When I lose control of my sleeping, or I lose control and give in to eating shitty food or drinking alcohol, or I lose control of my discipline and I don't exercise, there are some moments where I don't pay attention to the blaring alarms in my body begging for exercise and care. And then I sometimes blame others for how I'm feeling, and I try to make them change instead of taking accountability for my own emotions and taking better care of myself. And you know what? I don't think I'm the only one who does this. What do you think? Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts about epiphenomenalism, I love to hear them. I answer almost all the comments, so leave something on YouTube or Instagram, or head on over to the Discord. This is a really big value for me, and this is something I think about all the time. I'd love to speak with more people about it and find people that resonate with these values. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time in a new one.